Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the live stream again. Thank y'all so much. That's my buddy Ace Parnell, man. We were just in Malapascua for 5 days. You never responded to my emails. But thank you, brother, for your continued support, man. I really appreciate you, man. I'd have loved to kicked it with you when we were there. Shout out to the NTZ crew. I know Michael Beach of Life is traveling. Oh, okay, there he is. Shout out from Surigao del Sur. Did you go to Surigao Island? All my members, that's Jeffrey Tatter. He said, we're back. Give us what you got, Cap. Thank you. Excuse me. All my members, man, thank y'all so much. All my old heads, there's the Chief, Hamza. What's up, Angelo? Is there any new viewers and subscribers on here today? Thank y'all so much for coming. Welcome. And anybody catching this on live stream, I saw a remark up here. You know, we always have a topic. I said, you know, Filipinos are so jealous. I'm starting to think that maybe they really love our old asses, you know. And he said, Christopher Monk said, nah, they just don't want some other Filipino getting that house and money. There's a lot of truth to that, too. I've got that on here, but it's funny you brought that up. But we'll talk about some more stuff, as we always do. The peso is 57.73. Don't complain about that. What's up, Jabraz? There's Roger Walker. W Secrets to Success. I want to send you the link, man, so you can be on that bicycle in your living room while I'm working out. What's up, Robert Morris? Yeah, NC. My son is in North Carolina, Raleigh. He's excelling, man. He must really like it there. He was chosen for the National Junior Honor Society. What's up, C Dub? He said the West End legend has returned. Good to catch you live, Sunshine, man. Thank you, man. You bring back a lot of memories with that West End. But I'm going to tell you, I was looking at the unsolved homicides for Louisville, man. It's bad. It's the worst in the country. And of course, it's, it's a lot of black men, young black men on there, man. It's like, if you're young and you black, they don't care if they ever find you a killer, man. I mean, it's just the way it seems. Go on there and you can see it for yourself. Just put in there 2022 open homicide cases in Louisville, Kentucky, or something like that. And you're going to see it. I mean, there's serial killers walking around the West End, man, but I love it. It's the best end. What's up, Carlton? Hey, Yardy, yeah. You know, that live I had today, I'm going to do that every day. I'm going to try it for a week, just to, to gauge the interest, to see if people are interested in self-improvement. It's not just, eating right and exercising. What things are you doing right now to take better care of yourself and your family, your present and your future? Are you saving more money? Are you reading? Are you meditating? What are you doing, man? Instead, don't just sit here and waste away, because stagnation, man, leads to elimination. That's my quote. You sit around and doing nothing, man, you're going to end up being nothing. Remember, we're all going to die, so you might as well live until you die. When my mother died in 1993, there was no more denying whether or not death was real, because I think we're all in denial. Sigmund Freud said most of us are in denial about our own deaths. We never think about dying. Hey, I walk. Thank you, man. AK Dallas, thank you. Yeah, and I made that video, lots of men are in lesbian relationships because they're acting like women. And after watching that that P. Diddy video. That's really like the icing on the cake for real. This has been going on for a while. I mean, he really beat that young girl like he was a woman, like he was fighting another woman. And nobody's going to do anything about it. See, all these tough guys, these manosphere guys, semen retention guys, all these guys, they're not going to do anything. Somebody should go to jail for kicking his ass for doing that, but they're not. Let me tell you something. If you're a black man and you're watching this, every black man is going to have to pay for that video in some kind of way. We always do. Whenever somebody black does something ignorant and evil like that, it's not seen as an isolated event. It's seen as a character flaw of all black people. Okay, I'm just telling you, we're all going to pay, but nobody's going to do anything about it. It's still going to be a bunch of this old gossiping, backbiting, fighting among men. I don't want to hear it talking about women are the problem. Oh, they want child support. Well, you laid down and had the baby. Take care of your kids, man. I see a lot of that around the world over here. For men, they don't think that they have any responsibility for their children. One thing you can say about me, man, anything you want, but I've been to have all my children under one roof. It was just some decisions I made, but they're not going to pay for the bad decisions I made. Maryland, the father of her children, now that we're together, he won't give them a peso. I don't respect people like that. What's up? He said, all the important people are here. You can lock the doors now. But yeah, a lot of us are in lesbian relationships, man. We're not acting like me anymore. My father and them didn't act like this. He says, I'm in Raleigh. It's a great area to be in, lots of growth. Yeah, he said, going for walks, exercising every day, drink water, no beer, no alcohol. I'm really proud of myself from drinking, increasing my intake of water. I was literally not drinking any water. And I'm pretty sure there's people out there who can relate to that. We replace it with Cokes, beer, wine, flavored water. But water is really starting to taste good to me now. He said, whole health is what it's all about, Kuya Cal. That's right. He said, right now I'm focusing on mental and physical health. But that's it. That's it in a nutshell. But we should be doing something every day. What's that old Chinese proverb? 1,000-mile journey begins with the first step. You can talk about all of that up in here all you want. You got to get started, man. Action speaks louder than words. What's up, Michael Alexander? That's Golden Gate. Yeah, everybody's here. Yeah, they're watching that game real close. I'm starting to think this stuff, they beat, how could they be 45 points or 40 points better than Denver? I don't know about that anymore, man. With all these television contracts and everything like that, man. And now, do you really think that they're going to allow Minnesota to come in there in a game 7 and beat Denver? I would be really shocked if they did. Okay, maybe they're saying I'm changing a guard. I don't know. I don't pay this sports much attention like I used to. Hey, what's up? Jessica Curtis say. He said, hi from Digos de Val del Sur. He said, I'm a nurse. I work in a nursing home and I know death is very real. That's right. He says, yeah, Diddy apologized only after the video was released, saying he's taking responsibility or whatever, yet he bought and hid the video prior. Yeah, I'm just saying that sort of stuff is tolerated. Nobody's going to do anything to him. Some people are even saying, well, maybe she deserved it or whatever it is. He should have his ass kicked. for doing that. You know, they talking about counseling him, you know. Yeah, counsel him. You see, yeah, men acting like women, women acting like men. Welcome to the USA. I'm just saying from a man's point of view, we went down, man. We went way down. We'll kill each other over nothing, man. There's no type of resolution. We don't know how to resolve our problems. We just kill you. That's it. And keep going about it. Assassinate your character. You know, we're always trying to expose each other and all that. I'm like, man, I thought y'all said that men are under attack. Then why are you attacking me then? If men are under attack. Or why are we attacking each other? Some guy brought up the Drake and Kendrick beef. You know, this is petty stuff, man. These guys have a lot of influence and a lot of power in their sphere of influence, man. And they messing it up, man. Because these guys out in the street, they don't know how to resolve it. They ain't going to start rapping. They're going to start shooting. But just a lot of what we're doing over here, the witch hunt for regular guy, I brought that up. There's men behind that. All the dick police and dick watchers, YouTube police, content police, trolls, they're men. Unhappy motherfuckers. I said it. Let YouTube cut me out for that because they are. It pisses me off. I'm like, leave us alone, man. Let us enjoy our retirement and vacation in peace. Go on some of these channels, man. All these men fighting at each other. And I'm like, I thought this was supposed to be a passport bro movement. And all we doing is fighting. Talking about each other's woman or whether you got a woman or not and this and that. And there's no blueprint on how to live overseas unless you could just live happy and healthy. That would be the blueprint. But we, you know, assassinating people's character. Big Love said, hey, everyone, I'm joining a bit late. Cal, I missed it. What will all black men have to pay for? That Diddy video that they found, okay, because I'm going to tell you the truth. You know, we've got a reputation around the world as being mean and ornery, black men. But in fact, look it up if you don't believe me. We're some of the most passionate men on the planet. Okay? You ask Maryland, ask any woman I've dealt with over here, the very first thing they're asked is, oh, is he mean? Is he mistreating you? Because it's a reputation we got. Every black man's going to pay for that in some kind of way. There are, you know, that's a character flaw. That we're all women beaters and all that. Okay? That's just how it is. If a white guy goes into school and shoots up 21st graders like that guy did in, what was that name of that place up north? He's got a mental illness. It's you know, isolated event, but not with black people. Okay, we get painted with that brush, guys. So that's why, you know, yeah, it is important that we be ambassadors when we're overseas. We'll talk about that. Hey, Angelo said, hey, Cal, how about changing your workout from 6 a.m. to a reasonable hour like 11 a.m. or noon? Then, man, you'd have to get an ambulance on standby, Angelo. It's too damn high. I'm telling you, you know, you're over here already. At 7 o'clock, the sun is punching the clock. I'm out there from 6:30. Actually, my live stream was 50 minutes, I believe. But the temperature was just right for what I needed it to do. I did 2 rounds. You don't have to do 2 rounds. I'm just saying, get out and do something, man. Just because you're 60, 65, 70, that means nothing. Look, when I was in that marathon stage in my life, when I was in my early to mid 40s, man, you'll be shocked. The people in their 70s, 80s, man, they're in great shape. They would be passing me up, man. It would give me motivation. I mean, women and men. Okay? This man is a powerful tool, guys. It is. But we don't use it. We use it for the same thing Curly uses it for. Eat, sleep, and Make love. That's it. Hey, Phil Am for real. Okay. He said, good morning, Cal from Cali. Is your card still available? I'll be hitting Philippines year 2025. Yay. Absolutely. The last person that stayed in there was on the meet and greet, David and his wonderful girlfriend. He's got a nice tender. Yeah, that's right. It didn't help the situation. But the problem is, we're going to sit around and do nothing about that, but talk about it. You know, the backbiting, the gossip, and the cat fighting that men do online. Y'all know, y'all seeing the same thing I'm doing. I'm like, come on, man, what's going on? But then you'll have a manosphere and somebody's really, you know, they may have some truth to that, you know, but a lot of it is the man's fault, man. We're our own damn fault. Okay. The manosphere isn't in Southeast Asia. Trust me. Men going that way, all that's not over here. So we can't use that as an excuse. I thought women were the problem. They're not the problem. Okay. You get you a good woman, hell, she'll be part of the solution. She's certainly not the problem, man. You already said water, tea, and coffee are what I drink most. You know, the more I think about it, I'm not fooling with that stevia. I keep forgetting, man, it's got a aftertaste, man, that's just so bad. He said, especially when you drink water not bottled in plastic. Yeah, get the likes up. Oh, they coming back. Hey, Jay Shabazz, thank you. He said, salute the cow and to the chat. Yeah, death is real. You're going to die. So why not live until you die? I mean, really live. To hell with what people are saying about you, man. They're going to talk anyway. This is what I learned. They talked about me when I was down. They talked about me when I was up. So they're going to talk about you. You just got to hit that I don't give a damn button. And say, I don't give a damn. It's none of my business what people think about me. I'm going to live my life because I'm going to tell you something, man. I've had 3 brothers die. My mother and my father. I had 6 very close men in my family die in an 8-month period. You better live, man. Yeah, he said, Cal, that Diddy stuff is deeper than you think. It has to do with ritualistic parties and blackmail. Yeah, but I'm just saying the fact that you see a black man on a video beating down a woman, it doesn't do anything to already tarnish reputation, which is not the right reputation for black men. Okay, but the 5%, the 95% suffers for what the 5% does, or even less than 5%. That's all I'm saying. I mean, I don't care what it is. It's not, you can't justify that. Okay? I'm just saying, you know, the point of my video was we're always talking about women and them being the problem. Okay, 304s they call them and all that stuff, right? But who's attacking me is men. It's not women. Okay? Yeah, life goes by too quick. Yeah, they want to destroy, not build. You know, it's some unhappy motherfuckers, man, in this world. Okay? And until one of them really gets the shit beat out of them or something worse happened to them, they're just going to keep happening, man. I just don't get it. You can't even retire in peace. Either here or there. You can't do it. There's always going to be somebody sniffing around your doorstep, trying to bring their misery to your house, man. Come on, man. You see, yeah, passport trolls. What's up, Clinton? You back in the fields, man. I saw you was in the Maldives, and then you went to, where else did you go? That's what I like about the Philippines. It's so close to so many different places. And hypersexual. Yeah, yeah. They hate us for our human strength. You know, they don't know enough about us. We need to tell our story, Carl S. Instead of letting somebody else control the narrative of black men all these years. I did a program in 2013 called Resurrection Black Men Stand Up. And what it was about, we were recognizing everyday black men for just being men, taking care of their families, going to work every day, staying off drugs, not getting locked up, paying their bills on time. Okay, it was a phenomenal success. But don't you know, black men tried some. I had a black guy who, at the one time, was my partner in the program. He tried to sabotage it. You know, the point of it was we should be in control of our narrative. We can't let somebody outside of us put it out there because it's always going to be negative. But it was a phenomenal success, man. And I wanted to do it over and over, but he took the energy out of it, man, with all that hating. Sandy Spring. Is that what you're talking about? Was it Sandy Spring? What was that? When that guy went in there and killed all them little first graders. I thought that was Newcastle or something, Newberry or something. I just made a video today talking about lots of men are in lesbian relationships because they're acting like women. That is bad behavior, man. He said men today have lost their grace of being gentlemen. The guy said, you know, Kendrick and Drake were a result of two men being raised by single mothers with no male role model around. Okay, but I'm going to tell you something though. There's always a man around. Okay, these aren't single mothers. Okay, they consider my mother a single mother, but yeah, I had a stepfather. They never got married, but he was there for 20 years, paying the bills and everything behind the scenes. Hey, Phoenix Hydra, thanks for that super chat. He says, you need to get up, get out, and get something. Don't let the days of your life pass by, outcast. I couldn't say it any better. But we've gotten lazy, man. Okay? We've gotten extremely lazy. And that's why videos, live streams like that, which are so important, nobody attends them. It's like because we're asking you to do something. Okay? But thank you so much, Phoenix Hydra. Yeah, we're asking you to do something. We're asking you to make some changes. We're holding you accountable for your own life. And that's asking too much, man. Yeah, Sandy Hook. That's right. Thank you. But you know what I'm talking about. It was an isolated event. He's got mental problems. Okay? It was in Newtown, Connecticut. Thank you guys, man, because, been so long. Hey, Filipino Raquel, why don't you come on my channel and let us see who you really are? Maybe you can get your channel moving in the right direction. He says, I'll never watch another Will Smith movie. Yeah, sort of like, I've got his book here, man. It's a great book. Will Smith was somebody that I really admired, man, until I saw that. Come on in. And I don't know, I'm not going to let one incident destroy the 10,000 other good things he did. Okay? That's just that simple. But it did make me look at him in a different way. But you cannot deny the fact that, he's a successful man. Oh, okay, Thailand and Malaysia. Yeah. Because I know when you showed me that one part, I said, man, that looks like Pattaya. And it was, right? Did you go to Pattaya? She says I'm not prepared. Well, it's always the first time. You don't have to be perfect on here. Yeah, thank you. He said, hi, don't call me Bruce Davis. But he said Will was going through a lot at the time. Yeah, he was. You know, I mean, his book, if you haven't read his book, if you're in the Philippines, you want to read his book, hand me that Will Smith book. I'll ship it to you. It's a great book, man. This guy is super successful. He's ultra successful. There it is, the last one. I bought this book in Bangkok. Me and my buddy Eric Cherry were together on my visa run. Man, it's a big book, but it's exciting from beginning to the end. I mean, he took that 5 minutes of fame, the 15 minutes of fame, and made a career out of it. Yeah, he you know, it made it look bad because remember, 2 black men involved. Now all black men were violent, they say. I don't even have a police record. You know, I've never even been, okay, my nephew has got a police record. His name is Calvin G. Roach, which I really am pissed off at my sister for even naming him same name as me. I was named after my uncle too, though. Okay, I'm his uncle, Calvin Roach, who had a distinguished career as a GS something in the Navy, you know, for the Navy up in Philadelphia for 30 some odd years. He recently died a couple of years ago. But he has a bad record, but I'm so much older than him that's easy to distinguish, and I don't have a middle initial. You know, but they think all black men have criminal records. I don't have a criminal record. I've been to jail one time for driving with no insurance. Everyday Alpha says, hey, Cal, I'm 38, and after watching your workout live stream, I've decided to get back in shape and change my diet. No more sugar. I'm ready and trying to enjoy my older years too. See, that's what it's all about. I can't motivate you. I can inspire you. You know, it was a man that went on my channel yesterday. Oh, you know, you got testosterone dripping out of your ears, she said. Go ahead and admit you're on the juice and all that, man. See, those are men. Turn another man down instead of encourage him like, hey, man, you know, you're doing great for a 60-year-old man, soon to be 61. Keep it up. No, there's got to be something behind it. There's nothing behind it, man. I got good genes. Mark C said, Filipinos don't have husbands, they have servants. What's that mean? He said, why weren't you honored that she named him after you? Well, his father's name was Calvin. So she really didn't name him after me, Angelo. I'm just saying, I wish he'd have dated somebody else, you know, because he got in trouble. You know, when these guys go online and say, oh, Calvin owes child support, they're talking about him. They're not talking about me. Everybody knows if you owe child support, you can't have a passport. You can't be out of the country and all that stuff. But they're talking about him because they do that little, you know, they document you. You know, I've been done so many times like that. They pay a little 999 and all these Calvin Roaches come up and they take the worst stuff out and attribute it to you. Well, I'm sorry. You can't expose me because there's nothing to expose. I'm who I say I am. I've already told you all the bad shit anyway, just to get out in front of that. But that's what they do. He says, if it's too personal, then I apologize in this regard. No, it's just that he just has the same name as me. And, you know, as bad as I muddied up the name of my uncle, I cleaned it up. But it looks like he's not trying to clean it up. But I'm just saying, I don't even have a police record. Okay? Yeah, hit the like button, guys. He said an insurance agent driving without insurance. Funny, Cal. No, that was years ago before. That was 1992. I haven't been near a jail cell since 1992. Imagine that, man. Okay, how many years is that? It's 32 years. Okay? When I became an insurance agent, I had all that because you have to. The companies that hire you, man, they do all that background check and all that stuff. He said, yeah, and I stayed in Sunshine Hip Hotel. Has a great free breakfast buffet. Can't wait to go again. I loved it in Pattaya. And I'm going to take Marilyn this next visa run that I do. I'm taking her with me. We'll probably stay about 10 days. You can enjoy it all, which that's what you did. You showed them something, Clinton. You don't have to be sitting around talking about, oh, Thailand is better than the Philippines. And yeah, Philippines is better than Cambodia. Just, you can enjoy all of it. Hey, Fresh Aloha, he says, I love your channel, Brother Cal. I love your working out. I'm 58, exercise regular, and still bench press, incline 300 pounds 10 times. Wow. Now, what's your height and weight? Not that that matters. That's impressive. I was doing inclines the other day, but I only had 20 kilos on each side plus the bar. And Marilyn was watching me then, like, lady, you know good and well I can lift more than this. I don't want to get all big and bulky. I just want to be cut. I just want to be trim, because those are the guys that are really strong. Look at Bruce Lee and will kick your behind. Okay, yeah. We're going to get to it, but we always like to talk about different things. Remember, this is y'all live stream. I just keep it going, but the title is, Filipinos are so jealous. Maybe they love us old men for real. Or is it just in their nature? Okay. They're very jealous, man. When I suggest to guys, look, bring some dark sunglasses with you. Because if they see you watching another woman, man, it can blow your whole trip. It's going to take some shine off of you. Even though, you don't have any, you have no interest at all in the woman. You're just watching her. She's walking past you or walking by you or whatever. It really messes up because they're very jealous, okay? If you don't believe me, okay, start working out, start taking better care of yourself and see how they act. They're changing attitude, okay? Because a lot of women over here, is one of the reasons why they really don't mind dating an unattractive foreigner, because they know that no one else is probably going to be interested, okay? Not for his outside appearance. See, now when they date a Filipino man, they want an attractive man. But when it comes to a foreigner, they don't care that you're out of shape and stuff like that. Now, why are they doing that? Is it like the man said earlier? Is it to, they want everything for themselves? A lot of times it is, guys. That's why guys come over here and virtually get kidnapped by the woman, because she wants it all. She don't even want him to share it with his friends. It's time, everything. And see, I'm not going to allow that to happen. But there's men over here who the woman has just basically kidnapped them because she's jealous when he takes his friends out to eat or something like that, or pays the bill. Okay? But wear dark glasses, man. Start getting in shape and taking better care of yourself. And you see how attitude's going to change. He says, where's the stairs, sir, to come up? What are you talking about? Okay, R68DVR said, I was just informed that all the girls in the mall were looking at me. Now I can't go to the mall alone. Yeah. Yes, they are jealous of us old men. It's true. Don't ever say another woman looks nice. Even in the family, especially in the family. Okay, it's over. Okay, I mean, you want to see temple. Most of the time when women get temple, that's what it's over. It's over jealousy. Okay, even when you help someone, they get jealous. See, when I first started Sunshine Shows, my wife was jealous. She didn't want me to give away the 1,000 every week. And the people that showed up, she'd be angry with them, you know. And then it was the same thing with Maryland at the first. You have to explain to them that when you help other people, you help yourself. This stuff's coming back. They get mad, man. You know, they want all your attention. But yeah, they're very jealous, man. I mean, they're very jealous. I remember I got up one morning, I think I was on a live stream or doing a video, and I said, man, you know, listening to this old music gets my day started. Oh, Marilyn was pissed off. That's not me. I'm not the reason to get that you happy and all that. I'm like, Marilyn, calm down. Okay. He says, I got the perfect. Well, hell. You're a good one. You're a good one, man. He said, maybe I'm not old enough. Just joking. Now, she's jealous. Don't think that when you gone, when you came to that meet and greet, that she probably had a damn tracer in your damn suitcase. Okay? John Coffee said, I just got back from buying fish. And he said, he just came back from the market. And a woman was standing by the fish tank. And she said hello to me. I said hi back. And my wife looked at me and motioned for me to come over to her. Yeah, jealous. This is true, man. They're really, really jealous. Is it because, you know, they don't want to risk losing the golden goose, you know, like the guy said, the money in the house and all that? I don't know, but they're very jealous. And the older women over here seem to be jealous of the younger women. But it's crazy. I mean, you know, I've had girlfriends over here, man. I mean, you couldn't. That's why they're so. You think they're being clingy. It's really about control. I couldn't even look out the damn taxi window. Who you looking at? Okay, that's when I came up with the idea. Well, I better get me some damn glasses. This woman's following my damn eyes everywhere I go. You know. But, you know, Marilyn got mad at me the other day because I said, yeah, Marilyn's working out because she knows how fierce the competition is, you know, and I guess it brought back memories of the dreamer. And how she got mad. I work out for myself. Knowing good and well it's not true. Hey, Ace. Man, I was in Malapascua, and one of the reasons I came was to see you. This is a great guy right here, if you ever get a chance to meet him. And I'll be damned, you didn't reply to my email, but you may have been in Cebu. Hey, Gobi Franklin, thank you for that super chat. He said, I appreciate your topics, Cal. Hey, thank you, man. I really mean that. And here's another one, man. It's double standards over here. Now, they can talk about their exes all day long, but you start talking about your exes, all hell's going to break loose. They don't want to hear about that. They don't want to hear about the good times or even the bad times. Okay? Don't talk about your ex around them. And, you know, people say, why is this typical? It's not, man. It's different. Because a lot more is at stake in these relationships than they are in a normal relationship in your own country. Everything's on the line. I mean, you know, there's a stigma attached to women dating foreigners. Okay, it's not always good. So she wants to make sure it works out, that you're not just using her for some playtime. So yeah, they get real jealous. They get real possessive, man. Filipinos are possessive. I mean, I'm just telling you the truth. I'm not saying this in a bad way, but Maryland treats me like a possession. She won't let my feet hit the damn ground. She won't let me do anything for myself. Okay, you know, when you go to the beach, you know, you better keep your eyes on her. He said, explain Filipino jealousy to us based on your experience. Just the smallest things, man. Just looking at another woman. She might just pass your, you know, your eyesight. And now, well, you like her or something, you know. Like, don't speak to the woman like the guy said he did. That's you inviting a whole other can of worms. That's why when you see them, they're gonna put they on. When you're walking with them in the mall, for sure, a mall, any place where there's other women, she's gonna let them know he belongs to me. She's gonna wrap herself all around you, and you know Filipinos typically don't show PDA like that. They'll hold hands. Now she's gonna wrap herself around you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You better be. He said, "Yeah, right. So insecure, sir. Is that what it is?" But we think it's being clingy. No, they're possessive, man. You know, you're hers. Okay, and that's why a lot of times when we break up with a man, you got damn near leave the country. You certainly can't leave. You got to leave the city and the island. Hey, what's going on, Spurley? He said hello from Needham Rain, Elo Elo. Man, it's the longest I've ever been in my life where I haven't seen rain, and we really, really need it. It's causing all kinds of fires. There was a fire. Remember, my son used to live up in the mountain province. There was a bush fire, a brush fire up there in Cebu. It was just a brush fire. Maryland was showing me last night, somewhere around here. I mean, it's scorched. It's scorched. Oh, okay. He said, Ace Parnell said, Calvin, sorry, my former sweetie cut me off all my contacts and photos. Oh, okay. See, he's going through it because she knows she lost a good man. Hold up. And see, Ace is the type of guy, he's got just one of them magnetic personalities. He don't meet strangers. I'm sure that upset her. And you know, he's a sharp dressed man. So yeah, tell us about it. He said, I can't do it. She can't do it, period. What's up, Alex? But yeah, they're jealous, man. He said, I think it's a combination of both the golden goose and jealousy. Yeah, you know, until my situation, Merlin never really showed it until that situation with the dreamer. You know, and I had to just tell her, like, Merlin, you know, I wasn't looking for anybody else. I don't want anybody else. I'm just a man. Okay. If a woman's gonna just simply hand herself to you on a silver platter, you know, it's different if the shoe were on the other foot and you gave yourself to another man. Yeah, I'd be pissed off. But I'm a man, I'm a hunter. And I'm not justifying it, I'm just saying. Okay, 6 foot, 250 pounds. Yeah. That's still impressive, man. 310 times. I bet that gets that testosterone boost. That's all we have to do. See, is start listening, man, to other people's experiences because lifting heavy weights like that will give you a testosterone boost. That's why when I go in the gym, sometimes I lift heavier weights than what I'm normally, you know, accustomed to, just to see. Okay, here. And then No, just use it. Just to see if it's true. And it's true. Hey, Global Product and Gaming Review. He said, Cal, you're the older brother I never had. He said, thank you for your care, sound advice, and keeping it real. Props to you. Thank you, man. I really mean that. I don't take this stuff for granted. But it is, you're never too old. You're never really too young for self-improvement. Anton Williford, sorry. He says, I only allowed to the females in my family. She got my phone and deleted all my non-family females. I was pissed. Oh yeah, see, that's a whole other story. They won't, I've got on my phone, I've got a thumbprint to open up my phone. Marilyn don't want me to have that. She wants access to my phone. I say, look, Marilyn, it has nothing to do with you. I'm not hiding nothing. It has to do with the fact if somebody finds my phone, they can't use it. They literally have to give it back to me. Okay, I've gotten 2 phones returned to me for that reason. Okay, I had an iPhone, damn near brand new, and I lost it here coming to see Maryland. We left it on the van. They couldn't get in it, so they had no choice but to turn it back in. I gave the person 2,500 pesos, which is a lot of money. Yeah, but they won't access to your phone because they listen to the stuff on Facebook. You know all these old anonymous quotes and stuff post, and then they'll repost it and something like, yeah, if you don't have access to your significant other's phone, they're hiding something and all that stuff, and they believe it. I'm not hiding nothing. Nate said, one look and it could be bugs for dinner. That's a fact. He said, my wife's jealousy shows up as insecurity. I tell her I'm too old and tired to try and go start all over with another one. Now, see, over there, it might work. Over here, it's not going to work because you're never too old over here. That's my buddy Ace Purnell. He had a nice looking woman. Yeah, Ace Purnell, I believe you're 80 or 81. I know his woman was somewhere around 50 or in her late 40s, but she was still well put together. See, you're never too old over here. You can't use that line over here, Cisco. That's the reason, one of the reasons they want older men. They think nobody else wants them. He says that's just another reason to stay single. I just think that there's been a lot of talk going around too with the manosphere, men going away. I don't think it's reasonable to think a man is going to stay single. I mean, it takes a certain type of individual to do that because somebody's going to ring your bell, man. It's just, I've never, in all stages of my life, no matter where I've been, a woman that there was a woman who didn't ring my bell. There's somebody that's going to stand out from the rest of them. And you're going to be like, yeah, I want that. But you're right. Some people choose to be single. It's just hard to do over here simply because of they think in terms of the nuclear family here. The nuclear family here is real important. And you need a man to have a nuclear family. She's going to look at it as, I'm a play, pastime, a plaything. We call it plaything in America. They call it pastime over here. And they don't want that, man. They already got a stigma for dealing with foreigners. Believe it or not, over here, it's not all good anymore. Angelo says, my girlfriend is way too clingy. I had to explain to her that when I'm eating, she can't be hanging all over me and all over my arms, etc. Yeah, but that's control because she probably thinks you got you text messaging somebody in your bowl of spaghetti, Angelo. Because let me remind you guys, we got a bad reputation over here. They don't trust you. They don't trust us. And it's a well-earned reputation. Because we come over here and fool with 3 or 4 women, man. You know, they're not playing that stuff. What? Hey, hey, I'm on my live stream. What? Oh, shut up. Here, get something else. That little bitty tiny ant. All you gotta do is go away. Here. Here. Here for me. You scared of an ant. A little tiny ant. There. You don't have to cry about it. Oh, you're welcome. Man, I didn't need it. So, thank you. Yeah, it's a well-earned reputation, man, because we come over here, man, and like a kid in a candy store. He says, hey Cal, this is the everyday alpha. He says, doesn't all that questioning and little comments become annoying? I would feel as if I was being manipulated. After 5 years together, along with surely there should be some balance. But you got to realize something, everyday alpha. If I was in America dealing with an American woman, yeah, I would feel that way, but we come from totally different cultures, man. These aren't normal relationships. In the beginning, it is annoying, but then you realize it is what it is. Most women, you're going to be the first foreign person they've ever met, ever talked to. They're simply going on the reputation, and we got a bad one. And yeah, in the beginning, it takes some getting used to. But that's the reason why I tell you the first relationship usually doesn't work, because you're not accustomed to that. All of that is then one day you just snap, and she sees that side, and it's never the same. It's time for you to move on. You gonna be like, man, I ain't got time to deal with all this stuff. And then you get with the next woman, it's the same thing. And then after a while, you're like, okay, well, it's just how it's gonna be over here. He says, I play so much chess online, man, don't even bother with my phone. They want access to your phone. It's crazy. They want all your passwords and stuff like that. It's crazy. I never ran into anything like that. But the thing about it is, when you say, oh, well, they're going to bend over backwards for you, they're going to jump through hoops, run around in circles for you. Yeah, there's a price behind that, though. Okay, because they're going to do all of that, but there's a price you pay for that. It doesn't come for free. El informante, disinformado, yo soy Sancho Panza. He says, I sat on the ground for 2 minutes with my Garmin running. I wanted to give up. I'm always injured. Then I thought of you. I got up and kept going. Salamat for inspiration. Thank you, brother. That means a lot. I was inspired, man. When I stopped drinking, just the people who were in front of me kept me inspired. Like, yeah, you can do it. You can make it another day. When I first stopped drinking, if somebody had 30 days, I didn't believe them. 6 months and a year, oh my God. And then I just celebrated 26 years. But it's the same way. You got to get started. And this is the problem. W. Clement Stone said, once you get started, you're halfway finished. Getting started is the hard part. Jason Nicolason, I hope I'm saying that right. He said, hey, Cal, I've been with my wife for 12 years, married for 6, and even just yesterday, she asked if I was alone at the supermarket. I already know. From time to time, I got to say this because the daughters is in there. Marilyn said, that's mine, right? That's all man, talking about, you know. I'm like, well, why would you say that? She would just come out of the clear blue sky and say that. He said that jealous behavior is their way to show you they love you. Well, that's what I'm saying. I said, Filipinos are so jealous. Maybe they do love us old men for real. Because that's a topic of contention right there. It's like, do they really love you? What's love got to do with it? Love such a broad term, and maybe they do love you. I love Curly. Well, he says when I was there, I felt a lot of people staring at me. My girl said it's because I was a giant. I'm 6'4". Yeah, and that's just part of culture too. Now that's one thing you're gonna have to get used to. That staring. When we're growing up in my family, my mother, you better not stare at nobody. That's just it's not considered proper. And that's why I tell guys, man, if you see a nice looking woman, don't stare at her. Just look at her, get a good look, and look away. But yeah, they stare over here, and it's uncomfortable. When I first came over here, it don't bother me now. But I'm gonna tell you, a guy told me how to fix that. I can't remember who told me this. They said when they stare at you like that, look down at their feet. And it works every time. But I don't know why it works, but it does. Is it because they wear a size 4 and the shoes are a size 9? I don't know. Are they, they're really insecure about their shoes or something? I really don't know. But he said, Cal, just do that. And it works. It's true. And you're going to see stuff like that. It's not to make fun of anybody. You're just in the Philippines, especially when you go to the grocery store. You may be on the bus and you see the conductor. His shoes are either going to be too long or too little. See, we're talking about jealousy, yummy thoughts. You know, that's why I'm telling you, when you see guys with I'm living with 2 or 3 women and all that, man, you got to question that. They're too jealous for that, man. USA jealous means they have at least one boy or girlfriend. Hey, thanks, Johnny S. I appreciate it. Yeah, 26 years. Wow. Yeah, one day at a time. That's all you can do. That's how we live life, one day at a time. The little things add up to the big things, man. We want it all overnight. It's not going to happen like that. I enjoyed the ride, man. He says, Cal, how's the lady you interviewed who wants to be a software engineer? Can you include her in your workout videos? Well, I don't see her no more. I'm pretty sure she sees me. But very shy and bashful. She'll never, because I told you, they look at me like a celebrity here. So they're really kind of, shy of me. But I'm pretty sure she probably sees me because her college is right around Savemore where I go to the grocery store all the time. But no, I don't see them. Yeah, I don't care how long. Well, I already answered it. They're too jealous for that. You're not going to have all them women like that. Now, unless you're just going to be ornery and just um, see. When I first came over here, I wasn't really in my right mind, to be honest. I went through it. I tell people this all the time. A bitter divorce. It wasn't even over yet, but they're all bitter, right? And I was like, I don't want to be tied down. I don't want just one woman. So I was like, I knew I had what they wanted. So it's like my way or the highway. But I'm not that way anymore. I snapped out of it because I started seeing the hurt I was causing, and start looking at them. It's like, man, what if that was my sister or daughter or something like that? But one time I had 3 girlfriends. Did they like it? Absolutely not. But what could they do about it? Nothing. He said, I met an Asian woman from another country. She pointed at me down below and said, that's man. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Um, they're going to do that. And they mean that. You know, because they know, see, they'll know your pattern. They'll know what you like to do in the bedroom. So then when you with some other woman, then you come back to them, they're going to be like, they want to wash that thing, sterilize it. He said, even 5'10" is a giant here, especially a foreigner. Hell, I'm 5'8". You know what? She says jealousy is immature. It's actually a form of insanity. Jealousy is a form of insanity. We waste a lot of time worrying about other people and what they got, who they're with, and all that stuff, what kind of car they're driving, the job. We waste far too much time with that stuff. He says, when I'm in a jeepney, sometimes I love to speak a few Messiah words just to throw them off. Yeah, that's how you have to do. You know, you don't have to learn the whole language just to keep people honest, but you have to say it fluently, like, Mayam Buntak. See, when I say it like that, they're like, oh, he must know the language. I better, then they'll say something back, and then I'll say, well, Gamai Long, meaning you only understand just a little bit of it. But that's just another layer of coat. Another coat of paint, because it keeps them honest. And it's also a sign of respect. She said mature women truly understand everything and not act in such kind of behavior, being jealous. No, I'm sorry. I got to disagree with you. Not only my situation, but I've got friends here, now, like I said, they're virtually kidnapped. They don't want the man going anywhere. These aren't spring chickens. These women are older. They're matured. Okay. But they know that it's 18 to 80 blind crippled or crazy over here. So they don't want anybody to steal that golden goose away. Hey man, come on, stop with all that. You're being immature, man. Marlon Alvarez says, is it because of the chanclas and being insecure? Well, insecure has a lot to do with it. Remember, you're the first foreigner they've ever met. Okay, a lot is riding on the relationship with you. Because imagine if you do treat her like a pastime. And now she's got to go back to the province and, with her head down. Yeah, I told you, he was going to use you. Because they're jealous of the life she's living while she's with you. So when y'all split up or you go back to America, now she's got to hear all that. Because they don't like the fact that she's posting pictures on Facebook of her and Barakai, Malabasqua, and all that, right? They're waiting for the other shoe to drop. So they can say, I told you so. That's the type of jealousy too. But I think that's just human nature. What's up, El Guapo? He says, I see your girl July has a new man. Lots of internet simps punching the air right now. Is this the guy that I met? I met a guy that she was with. Does he have blonde hair or something? Is he from the UK? That's the guy I met. And I guess he must have said, hey, the time is right for you to come out. Because when I was with him, when she interviewed me, we were talking about that. I said, well, your channel is going pretty good right now. If you come out and show that you got a man, I said, a lot of your support's probably going to dry up because they're wishing. They're hoping and wishing. Okay, and I guess maybe he either got jealous or something, or if it's the same guy, because he's the guy behind the scenes that's helping her channel grow like that. He's like some internet, some IT guy, this guy is. So that's why you see her with all these views and stuff on her live streams. It's because of him. That's his job. That's what he does. But I met him, and I said the secret's good with me, so I guess it's out now. But, honestly, she's an attractive young woman, but she's basically just the typical, young lady over here, really. I mean, I like her because, she's got a good personality and everything, but she's basically just a typical woman. The guys who are going crazy are the ones, the armchair bros, El Guapo. They're never going to come over here. If you're over here, you're going to see a million of July. But I'm glad they brought it out, family, but it's going to hurt her channel because I'm pretty sure she was getting all type of thirst dollars. And something changed in their relationship, maybe. And now he figured it's time for her to just tell these guys, maybe because you don't know these people, but you do, El Guapo, because you got a big channel. People be doing stuff in these comments and in these emails and stuff. They probably said something. You're coming on too strong. And the man probably said, okay, just tell everybody that we're together. What's up, Gary? One kid got killed for looking another guy up and down. Where, you mean over in America, in the Matrix? Over here. He says, I think the jealousy is tied to the cheating they're used to from the Filipino men. Sorry to say, but a lot of Filipino guys think it's okay to cheat, and the women they do it with think so too. Yeah, I think it's a lot that goes on around the globe. It certainly happens here. But they'll take it to a whole other level. They'll put it all on Facebook, because we was just reading one last night. It's funny you even brought this up, Gobi Franklin, because I was like, what is this? Is she a celebrity? Because they had like 1,000 comments and so many thousand shares, but her boyfriend obviously has some money. And she caught him with another woman, took a picture and put it on Facebook and everything, and gave the whole story. But I don't know if they cheat any more than anybody else. I couldn't say that. Hey, Kaz, thank you. Excuse me, for your continued support. But see, with the foreign man, it's different because we have so many options. We have so many more options here than we do at home. And that's what makes us go astray. We've never received this type of attention before from the type of women that show you attention over here. It doesn't matter the fact that, they don't have a whole lot of money or anything. We don't care about that. Men don't care about that. You got your own money over here. Okay. But when these, just like July, I think she's 23 or something, 22. You get women like that showing you attention. Then you got like 3 or 4 of them showing you attention like that. It's gonna, it will tempt you. It's gonna tempt you. Hey, Rick Hart, thanks for that super chat. He said, great workout, Cal. History is full of the infamous. Usually does not end well. Yeah. And see, that's the thing about, okay, my son's mother, remember I told you when I said she's got a backup plan. Well, we broke up in February. She was in America in June. But anyway, she loved me, man. I mean, she loved my dirty jaws. And I was afraid she was going to hurt me. Because like I said, I was doing a little running around then. And I wasn't hiding it. And I was afraid that, because she's from the province, that they'll cut your dick off and don't think nothing about it. Super Woke Beta says, where do you recommend middle-class men to go live like a king. Philippines, Thai, Vietnam, Ukraine, etc. Well, I know the dollar's pretty strong over here in the Philippines, 57.73. Now, it's funny you bring this up because I talk about not really live like a king. In the Philippines, they'll treat you like a king. Okay, it's a big difference. Okay, but believe it or not, the Thailand, your dollar actually has more value in Thailand. It goes further. I don't want to say it goes further. I just want to say you get more for your money in Thailand. The value. Okay, because if you see, okay, for instance, if you're paying, let's say $600 a month over here in the Philippines for one of these condominiums, it's going to be a studio. It's going to be small. Okay, you go to Thailand and you pay 600. Now you talking. Even with the food and with everything, it's funny because somebody told me they said Calvin wants to trip you out when you go to Thailand. He said you're going to see that your money goes further there than it does in the Philippines. And I was like, well, we'll see. And it does, though. It does. The value of it, the food and everything. The last night I was in Pattaya, Mr. Lee took me to a restaurant. We had like a 6 or 7 course meal, extra rice, extra Cokes. Hell, it wasn't even $20. Okay. But I can only tell you Philippines are Thai because I never been to Vietnam and Ukraine. But there's a guy who may be on here now, Rick. I mean, Super Woke Beta. His name is Patrick Blackrock. And he's in Cambodia right now. He's got a lot of good to say about Cambodia. But I can tell you this from experience. I don't know about living like a king, but I know they'll treat you like a king over here. Okay? I can't remember the last time I washed a dish, washed my clothes, or anything like that. Anything that would be considered unmanly, if that's a word. You just don't do it over here. Okay? I pay the bills. Okay? That's my job. But they're going to do everything else. And I like that, man. I like to clearly define roles. I don't like that blurred line stuff. Now, I knew this was Bridget. This is not a Filipino writing like this. We are jealous because we cheat a lot and think you're doing the same. No, that's not true. Now, what I have learned from Maryland is this. You know, the bedroom's very important, guys. Listen, okay? If you can't handle business in the bedroom, she's going to look outside for something, for somebody that can. Okay? I mean, I guess that's just being a woman. You know, so a lot of guys are coming over here, you know, they can't really do anything. See, it's only a matter of time before that woman who's with that paraplegic guy who's, you know, he's basically paralyzed from here on down. They're married. I mean, they put up a good front, you know, because he can't even use he can't even go like that with the dildo. He can't do nothing. You know, it's only a matter of time if she doesn't already have somebody on the side already. I mean, it doesn't even make sense. That doesn't even make sense at all. When you're a young, you know, fairly attractive woman, you know, and you sitting up there with me, he's got that halo on his head, holding his head still, and he's in a wheelchair. And they make, you know, they got a lot of followers on Facebook and stuff, but like I said, it looks cute and it sounds, you know, noble. Oh, look at her. She don't care what he looks like. At some point, okay, she's going to have a itch that needs to be scratched. Okay, and there's some man out there is willing to scratch it. Okay, I'm just trying to tell you. Is that a Jima's World on here? What's up? But yeah, he said a middle class guy should also consider Panama and Georgia, the country Georgia. Now, I've got a friend from Panama. Okay, we worked out the YMCA together. He lived in Chicago, moved to Louisville, but he's probably retired in Panama now. You know, they use the U.S. dollar over there, but it's not your money's not gonna go as far in Panama as it will in Southeast Asia. Of course, it's gonna go further than in the United States. Hell, most places you will. And they do, they do know American, men and American culture over there. They're familiar with us, Panama. I don't know how true it is, big dog, but I was told that they still have some hate toward us from that invasion. I don't know how true that is. He says that Frank Alice, yeah, that's the truth. It's these other guys hyping up average and below average looking women. Well, beauty's in the eyes of the beholder, guys. Okay. We can argue beauty all day long. And then you got to put in your experience. You got to take into account your experience with women. If you've been dating big Shirleys all your life, then all of a sudden you come over here and you got a 5'1", 110-pound beauty. Even if she's average, hell, she's going to be above average, relative to what you've been dealing with. See, you're talking truth, though. Men, that's why we get fooled so much. We're going by what we see. We're looking at the outside. I'd rather have just an average or below average woman who I can trust, who I don't have to sleep with one eye open, one eye closed, one hand on my wallet, one hand on the damn gun, than some woman who got 100 other men, hunting, and who thinks she's all that. Okay, those are the ones I don't like over here or anywhere else. The women who are only going by their looks. You don't have nothing else. You certainly don't have money. You got your looks, and you think that's supposed to take you to the whole other level with me. It's supposed to impress me. No, because I get bored. I'll get bored with a woman. See, Marilyn's smart. Marilyn's intelligent, man. To anybody else, she might not be a 10, but to me, it all adds up to 10. Okay, but when we talk about average and above average everyday alpha, this is where it's a lot of contention, man, because beauty's in the eyes of the beholder, man, and I'd rather have somebody I can trust, somebody that's really going to treat me like a king. I'm not going to be I'm 60 years old. I don't got time to be kowtown to some woman, okay? Because she thinks she looks good and the whole world tells her she looks good, but she ain't got a pot to piss in, a window to throw it out. See, that's the type of stuff I don't have time for. I mean, but everybody's got their preferences, But let me say this and I'll move on. Evidently, you haven't got a lot of experience with these average 22-year-olds, okay? Because I don't know how old you are, but see, that's the problem. This is what the problem men run into. The 48, 53, 64, and they come over here and they get an average looking, what y'all consider average looking woman, but she's 22, perfect in every way, never been touched, okay? And then she whispers those magic words. You can do whatever you want to me. See, that takes it to a whole other level. And nobody's worrying about what them, y'all all chasing the same women. I'm just being honest. When you talk from experience and you say, well, what's average? Okay, and you come over here, man, and they'll blow your mind. That's what's going to happen. Igor the Great says Ukraine is the perfect place to find a white wife. Go to war-torn nations. If you go during peace times, you won't get the white girl. Well, that's that old standard that the white women are the standard. They're not. I don't know who made that up. And even American women, European women, that comes from white supremacy. That that the white man's ice is colder and his sugar sweeter. But hey, if you want to believe that, American women surely aren't the standard. He said, you mentioned living like a king in the Ukraine. Really? Yeah, a lot of guys go over to Ukraine. Okay, I've got a friend, he's married to a Filipino woman now, and they're pretty happy in Indianapolis right now. They lived in Louisville, then he got a good job with the federal government in Indianapolis, so they moved there. But before he met her, he went to Ukraine. He said it's just such a language barrier. And then his brother married a woman from Ukraine. So, yeah. He said, Cal, have you seen any really big Filipinos in St. Carlos? Not really, but what happens typically is they're not big, but they got some funny shapes. I think I said this on the video where we were in Mount Pasqua and Marilyn was in her bikini. If your woman doesn't work out over here, she gets older, she's going to take on a funny looking shape, man. And this is one thing you got to worry about. See, if you lazy, she's going to be lazy. She's going to start taking on some of your characteristics. What are you doing, booby? Okay, wait till my live stream's over. She wants TikTok on my phone. Let me remind you, I'm the one who started Marilyn working out. Marilyn was an athlete in high school, but she started doing that same routine I'm doing on my live streams with me. We used to do it every morning. I was like, wow, I said, Marilyn, you got perfect form. I said, you should start a YouTube channel long before I had mine. Of course, she didn't do it. But because I'm active and stuff, she's active. Okay? No, they're not big, but boy, they got some funny shapes. Okay? But yeah, a lot of guys go to Ukraine. That was one of the big deals. Ukraine was. Yeah, I know a guy for a fact. He went there first. But he said the language barrier was just too bad. He couldn't overcome it. I actually had a brother, okay, he's a black guy. The guy I was just talking about, he's white. Then moved to Indianapolis. But this guy, he lives in California right now. I think he works for the post office. But he married a Russian woman. He went to Russia. He got pictures on his Facebook and everything. They were married for some time. But then all of a sudden, they just divorced. And he said they're the best of friends now. But yeah, he went to Russia and got a woman. But see, it's not about the women, guys. It's about you. If you manage your time better, you manage your health better, you manage your money, there's not many places you can go where you're not gonna have a woman. My mother told me when I was 8 years old, a woman's the least of your worries. If you take care of yourself, though. We're looking for somebody to do something for us that they can't even do for themselves. And that's the problem men get into when they come over here. They think that women here have some special power. Well, if they had a special power, they'd use it on themselves. They wouldn't use it on you. They would use it on themselves to lift themselves out of some just inhospitable circumstances, a lot of them. That's just being as truthful as it possibly can. Hey, what's up, DJ Lord Buck? We think that they have some type of special powers. Most of the guys who end up over here, they've already been there and done that. So they want a woman they can trust. That's why looks really are thrown out the window. It's younger guys who really want the damn pieces and stuff. Okay, who want a woman who's single. Okay, I would rather have a woman like Marilyn who's got 2 kids with a low body count than a woman who doesn't have any kids with a high body count. But as you get older, though, your preferences are going to change. You know, we've already been there, done that. Most of the guys I deal with, they're already established. You know, they want somebody they can trust, somebody that they come in 8,000 miles. They don't want somebody they got to be looking over their shoulder all the time, worrying about whether they're going to cheat them or anything. And a lot of these better looking women are on that type of game because y'all don't put it in their heads how beautiful they are and they believe it. He said, as far as I'm concerned, she's not overly jealous. I consider that to be a red flag. Well, if it's a Filipina. See, I did a video a long time ago. I want to remind y'all, if you have to worry about whether the Filipina's into you or not, she's not. She's going to show you she is. You don't have to be sitting there worried about it. I'm telling you, okay? If you're sitting there right now, if you were a woman, you're like, well, Cal, I don't know if she really likes me or not, then she probably don't. If she does, she's going to show it. And she's going to show it every day. And you're not going to have any doubt. Oh, okay, yeah. I know. I read your, I'm sorry, I read your comment before the original comment, Igor. Yeah, you're right. And I apologize for that. I know what you were saying. Yeah. If Ukraine, you know, and that's a good point right now. If you go to Ukraine, you're going to have your pick of the women. Hell, all the men are getting killed. They're getting incinerated right now by, you know, Putin. So it's going to be a shortage of men. He says the right woman for you is your standard. Yeah, it's the young guys who come over here with those lofty standards and expectations, and they usually get disappointed. They don't usually find, you know, a good woman, if that's what you're looking for, a good woman. What's going on, Rico? He said, my fiance is 22 and it's good. My last was 42 and been married to a USA guy before. Yeah, before he died with 2 grown children living with her. Much better with this girl, but she's a good girl from the province. Yeah, you know, like I said, I'd rather have a yummy 6, 22, okay, than that I can trust, you know, that's perfect in every way, never been touched really. It's going to allow me to mold her than some woman who thinks she, you know, who's been with a foreigner before, thinks she knows everything more than you, can't tell them anything, and all that. Okay, it just depends on what you want, and she could be a 10. It doesn't matter. I just don't like women or people, period, who just know they look good, and they want to use that to get ahead, and they think that's all they need to do is look good. Well, I'm sorry, not with me. You have some type of skills or something, some type of conversation. Well, I wouldn't care. Hell, he said Ukraine, they don't like black people over there. Well, who cares? I don't. They don't. You're not hurting my feelings. That's their loss. They probably don't like Russians either. Yeah, he said we call them Cheeto bodies, Cal. But it's true. Yeah, they're not gonna get fat, but boy, they'll get the shit shaped like an S, like a damn U, a question mark. Let's get some funny shaped women over here, man. So it's best that you start working out, encourage her to work out and take better care of herself. Because if not, you're gonna be stuck with something, man. You're gonna be like, damn. He said, yeah, I'm 37, Cal. You made me miss the Philippines. I haven't been there since 2006. I mean, the Philippines is what it says, what we say it is. It just depends on who you are, really. If you're going to pay attention to all the man-made stuff over here, you're probably going to get disappointed. But if you look at just nature over here, you're still on planet Earth, man. There's some beautiful stuff going on over here. And that's what I focus on. You know, man is, we're still developing, dude. We're not this divine creature that the preacher tells you you are. Okay, we got a long way to go, probably 100,000 more years to get to where he's talking about. We're just at the top of the hill. We're nothing but animals, man. Worried about the same thing the typical animals worried about. He said a lot of guys grab a young girl but don't check her character. Well, you're exactly right. And see, you make a perfect point here. And this is as far as looks is concerned too. We just want a woman to look good. We don't worry about her character. See, that's what I was talking about. I'd rather have an average looking woman with good character than some 10 who thinks she's all that, lying all the time, you know, probably got 2 or 3 other men she's chatting with, sending them money and stuff like that. Y'all can have all that, man. I don't want that. I want a proven woman whose character, man, is in line with my character. See, that's what I've got now. See, Marilyn don't have any enemies. Only enemy she got is that man she used to go with, who probably wants her back. Certainly not helping, okay? Be Gone Thought says, I'm communicating with a 25-year-old Filipino who's never been touched, and she's a 5 out of 10 at best. Is she better than the typical 10-10 who's been slayed by? Absolutely. You know, but remember, beauty's in the eyes of the beholder. Everybody has their own standards and preferences, but yeah, I would take a yummy 6 over 15 over here, okay? Because the yummy 6 here is going to be like a 10 in your country. Certainly when they're young like that, guys, y'all don't understand because you never been here before. When I got off that plane, okay, the woman, her dating profile says she was 22. So I'm chatting with her for about 2 weeks. So that's about all I chat. And I came over here. Man, I looked out that terminal door in the airport. I was afraid to go out there. Okay. She was a yummy 6, but it was not like nothing I'd ever seen before. The 2 ponytails, long ponytails, tight skinny jeans, perfect in every way. No children, never been married or nothing like that. From the deep, deep province in Louisiana, down in northern Mindanao. I never seen anything like that before. These guys, these armchair bros and all this stuff they talking crazy about, man. You know, y'all don't know what y'all talking about. You come over here and see a thing of perfection. You know, you're going to be worried about that. You'll be worried about, man, how close are we to the damn hotel? What you going to be worried about? I'm just telling you, you know, the truth. Yeah, ill built. That's the problem you're going to run into. You don't see many big women here. Now, obesity is on the rise in the Philippines. Okay, I think the last study was 33% or something. Because, you know, they're eating a lot of rice over here. And, you know, they eat a lot of Jollibee, a lot of fast food and stuff like that. He said, good character and solid work and family values. Yeah, that goes a long way over here. You know, now the woman, the younger they are, more likely they're not going to have a good work history. But you can go around their family, man. The fruit doesn't fall too far from the tree. Okay, every single woman I've ever dealt with over here, the father, they were raised in a 2-parent household. If that means anything, which it seems to mean something to people in the West, every single one of them, okay, and they were still together until the man died. My wife's father died. He had a heart attack and died. He was older than the mother, like 20 years older or something. Okay, Marilyn's father died, but they were still together. And my son's mother, they still together. That's the only boyfriend she's ever had. You know, So yeah, you're gonna see that kind of stuff over here. But if all you're looking for is looks, you're gonna get food, man. Yeah, that's what you want. That's what you want because she knows, okay, she's not gonna feel attractive over here. Okay, I'm gonna tell you something. My son's mother was a yummy 8. Okay, and nobody ever told her she was beautiful. Only me and her mother. Okay, that's just how it is. And you come over and that's what you want. Yeah, you get one like that. You get one of them 10s, okay? I don't know what you're saying. That one would throw hands for you. Yeah, grab that. Yeah. Well, you're gonna know, like I said, if you're even worried about whether the Philippines are into me or not, she's not. Because when they are, they'll fight the world for you. Okay, they're gonna look after you. Yeah, yeah, they treated people like that. Yeah, and that shows ignorance though on their part. They're over there getting bombed to hell, and then they want our tax money. Remember, I'm a black man. I'm paying taxes. Okay, because I don't live in America for the last 5 years or so. Don't mean I don't pay taxes, but they want our tax dollars to fund that damn war over there, that fight, to the tune of 61 billion. We just was approved in the Senate. That's going to go through 20 something billion for Israel. Yeah, he said, yeah, real talk. Here they think they're 5 or 6, but to us, they're solid 8, 5 or better. They don't even think. I don't know if I've ever heard a Filipino or Filipina even use that terminology like a 10 or 8 or something. That's the matrix. We bring the matrix with us. But you're right. They just look at each other in terms of attractive or unattractive. And you're to them just like, but it's the opposite too, because okay, when we were in Malapai Squad, there was a lot of European, white women there, right? Maryland just think they're so beautiful, but to me, I was like, oh man, because they don't see them all the time. See, now there was some stunners over there. Don't get me wrong. This is what I haven't been able to put my finger on. Like, where's all these beautiful white women? What are they doing in the Philippines? I don't understand it. I need to just ask one. I mean, because we saw a woman, man, she had to have been from Sweden. I mean, she had naturally blonde hair. I mean, everything was blonde. But you see them over here like that, and you're like, well, why you come over here to the Philippines? What are you doing over here for real? Okay, why would you come all the way over here when there's other places closer by? There's some connection. But anyway, all the white women on there were not good looking, but to Maryland they were. And that's the same. When we come over here, we think a lot of these women look good. Maryland is like, oh, she's ugly. So yeah, your beauty standards are different everywhere you go. Big brother Cal, do they really say do whatever you want to me or you're exaggerating? No, I'm not. I hadn't heard that before in my whole entire life until I came here. I don't think I've ever heard it since. But that's what she said to me. And it was on and popping for 6 months like that. See, once they say that to you, there's nothing off the table. I mean, it's as good as it gets, but guys are always we're worried about the wrong things. See, I don't know about living like a king, but I do know a lot about being treated like a king. Two big different things. Kevin Jennings says, hey, Cal, you got a birthday coming up. When? May 28th. I'll be the big 61. I'm proud of that, man, And if the creek don't rise, I'm taking my Social Security at 62. I don't care. We can argue about that. He said, yeah, it drives me nuts that restaurants expect you to cut your food with a spoon. So I got to request a knife, and sometimes they have one and sometimes not. Well, lately here, yeah, they give you, most restaurants will give you a spoon and fork because that's how they eat over here. Unless I'm eating a soup or something, I don't need a spoon. But you're right. Now, when we were in Malapascua, all the restaurants gave us a knife for some reason. But you're right. Yeah, they give you a spoon and a fork. I usually just use a fork. Yeah, now this is a Filipino saying this. He said, not all beautiful women are good women with good character. But that's how we get food over here, Filipino Raquel TV. We're going by the outside. That's why a lot of those women are stuck on those dating sites. They never get off the dating site. No one ever chooses them. Because people always ask me, Cal, is there good women on the dating site? Damn right. But you guys are chasing the same damn women. You're going after the same profiles. Don't be afraid to click on one of those women who you consider looking average. Because you're going to get the shock of your life when she meets you at that damn airport. And she's going to look 10 times better than what she did in her profile. It never fails. 100% of the time. It's so many women who've never been chosen. Okay, I'll tell y'all this story all the time. Roger and Isme. You see Isme? Do you think she's attractive? Of course she is. No one chose on the dating site. She was on there for years. No one ever chose her. Because we're chasing the same women. And God forbid the women that chase you, then you know you're in trouble then. They don't do that over here. So when a woman is messaging you over and over on the dating site that you never even reached out to her, that's a red flag. AC King says a woman who meets your basic requirements for looks and sexual compatibility, who you can also trust, is gold. Yeah, it has nothing to do with her being a 15. We want a 15, but yeah, we're a damn 2.5. This is what's so incredible about a lot of foreign men over here. We're getting some bum data. No, it doesn't. Your looks don't matter over here. Your age doesn't matter over here. Yeah. Okay. But your expectations do matter. Okay. You're a 2, but you want a 15. You better have 15 money then. Okay. Because that's going to go hand in hand. When you go online and you see them women, this is super fine women, man, I guarantee there's 100 men, they're bidding. You're in a bidding war. Okay? And I'm just telling you the truth. I've seen it with my own eyes. Okay? Remember the woman I told you that the man gave her 1.3 million in cash? See, that's what she did. When I interviewed her, there was a lot of men coming at her. Okay, she sat back and found out the one who had the most money. That's the one she went with. You don't want that. Okay, it's never going to end well. Okay, then all her friends are the same way. Because some guy asked me, he said, yeah, because the girl here works at the Gasano. He said he told her, you know, that she said his pension was, I think it was $2,500 a month, and like he had like 250 or 300,000 in his 401k. That wasn't enough, right? And I'm like, well, why are you even telling these women how much money you got? Okay, because that's what they're doing. You can meet women like that. Those are the ones you don't want to deal with. It's not good enough. But she's earning 400 pesos a day over that. Okay, because she's already going through you guys' resumes. Because y'all chasing the same women. He said, just to be clear, though, these days I prefer character and service over looks. I can't do much with looks, and my ego isn't tied to the opinions of others. How can she make my life better as priority? Yeah, see, now you're talking. Because you don't get lucky over here, you get unlucky. Most of these women are going to add some type of value to your life. That's just the way it is. I tell y'all guys all the time, when I met Merlin, I said $5,000. I had less than that. And you don't think that she's added some type of value to my life? Absolutely. No, you're okay. Kyle says, my ex-girlfriend from Zamboanga del Norte went from yummy six to full-on Cheeto body. Her diet was terrible. And that's what really happened to my wife. My wife's from Zamboanga City. And you're talking about, she was a brick house. I'd never seen a Filipino built like her before. But she went to America and put on a lot of weight, but she's a wonderful woman. Don't get me wrong. Okay, we'd still be together. That didn't bother me because it was her inside that mattered to me. Her character was flawless. Okay, she had no enemies, would take the shirt off her back and give it to somebody. She was just raised in a good family. Like I said, they all are. Most of the women you meet over here, that's a red flag if you meet a woman over here and the mother and father is not in the household. Divorce is not normal over here. So, it's not legal. So when you meet a woman and the father's not there, that means he left. There's some character issues there. And because she's 50% her father and 50% her mother, she may have some character issues. I'm just talking about over here because most of the time when you meet a woman, I guarantee you the mother and father are still together. He said, what do you have planned this year? Hell, same as I always do. We'll have a meal here, Kevin. But remember, my birthday's every day here. I promise you, man, it is. I'm treated like a king. I don't live like a king, but I'm treated like a king here. And that's the reason why I don't go anywhere. I don't care what Thailand's got all them skyscrapers and all them fancy malls and all that stuff. I doubt if I'm going to get treated as well there as I am here. So they can keep all that stuff. I don't care what they got over there. I guarantee you I'm not going to get that same level of treatment anywhere else, probably on the planet, as I do here. And that's why people say, oh, you're always going to the back for the Philippines and this and that. I'm just telling you what I'm experiencing. I'm not going to give all that up because they got some fancy nightclubs and all their streets are paved with gold and all that over there that they ramp Thailand up. But everybody's with a bar girl over there. I don't want that. I want a real, I want what's considered a real woman. But you said a lot of these guys in the chat have super low confidence. That can be expected. When you coming home, you don't work your fingers to the bone all damn day. You paying the bills, you're doing everything the man's supposed to do. You're the provider, the protector, the maintainer. And then you're not appreciated. Or you underappreciated. The dinner's in the stove. Okay? It's never, thank you, congratulating you. You did 10 years on the job. She don't even notice that. Oh, you're eating better. I see you're eating better. Congratulations, you put the cigarettes down. You get none of that. So what are we supposed to be, Superman? Okay, I think we got a wrong definition of what a man is for real. But I know my confidence was low over here, and I was earning over 100,000, way over 100,000, a brand new convertible. Right before I came to the Philippines, I had a $67,000 check in my glove compartment. I was just riding around with it. Messed up here because I'm dealing with some bitter circumstances over there. Yeah, my confidence was real low. Okay, when I got over here, I'm not going to lie. My confidence was about as low as you can go. But I was a successful insurance agent. Wore a suit and tie every day. Had 20 other agents working underneath my contract. It really wasn't working for me, but underneath my contract. From the outside, I was, everything that a successful person was supposed to be. But on the inside, I was beat down, man. All that I had done, nothing was appreciated. The smallest thing is an argument. I may come home and all my cologne and everything's thrown off the dresser. because of something she wasn't having a good day, just crazy stuff like that, man. He said, even in the day, I met a Filipino in the province who had a Big Shirley beat, who had Big Shirley beat. Yeah, but not many. He said, off the cuff, he said, what's going on? What's up? He said, Cal met an OFW in her 40s who like better than my ex, who looked better than my ex-Filipino who's in her 20s. Am I weird? By the way, I'm in my 50s. No. It's just the way that the woman takes care of herself. Okay, look at Marilyn is 42. She puts these younger women to shame. What, booby? Okay, I will when I'm done. And get out of here. Mm-hmm. Get your cup. Tell your mom to give you a cup. Because remember, a lot of women think that all they got to do is look good, but after a while, now you're eating 3 meals a day, you're traveling, you're living this good life, it's going to start to show. I don't like my food. There. Get out of here. Your diet's already, messed up. But no, you're not weird, but be careful though, because when you run into women, OFWs in their 40s, man, they're trouble, man, because they know every damn thing. You can't teach them nothing. They hold. They're in competition with the 20-year-olds. Okay. What's up, Carl? I met Marilyn. She was in her 30s. Marilyn's only 36 when I met her. She wasn't her age she is now. We've been together going on 6 years. He said, which Southeast Asian country is the cheapest? Well, it just all depends. Vietnam, they say, has the cheapest food. Thailand, you're going to get more value for your money, but any of those places, if you're coming from America, if you got that US dollar, you should be able to live pretty damn good. But I'm not just looking for the low cost of living. I'm looking for a whole lot more. Am I welcome? See, Thailand's starting to get shitty with those tourists over there because they holding all the cards, man. You're talking about 42 million coming to Thailand. Okay? It's a lot more going on than people tell you about Thailand. I don't know why people don't give you the 360 on Thailand. I mean, it's a beautiful place. But I want to be welcome. I want somewhere that people aren't going to bother me like they do here. It's a little bit more than the cost of living. All those places got a good cost of living. But remember, in Indonesia, they blew up those nightclubs and killed all them tourists over there. A lot of that, you got to go, a lot goes into where you want to move to. I knew nothing about the Philippines when I started coming over here. This is all learned behavior that I have with the Philippines. That's why I'm so high on it. I've learned this place over 15 years. So why would I want to go somewhere else and start all over? Yeah, I can go somewhere. Some guy said, yeah, I live in the Philippines, but I go on vacation in Thailand. That would be the way to do it. Or if you live in Vietnam, I go on vacation in the Philippines or whatever. But I don't know which one's the cheapest, really. I've only been to Thailand and Philippines, and you get bang for your buck, both of them, but you really get a bang for your buck in Thailand. It's going to shock you. If you've ever lived any considerable period in the Philippines, then you go to Thailand and you see how far your money goes. The value, what you're going to get for your money. Hey, Blind Foe, he said, good morning, Cal. I'm watching here in Bahrain. I had a friend from from Zamboanga City, used to work over there. He said, my longtime classmate really likes Vietnam. I met a Vietnamese American at the YMCA, and he begged me. He said, man, when you go to the Philippines, this is 2018, right before we were getting ready to leave. He said, make sure you go to Vietnam. He said, you'll love it. And one of my buddies, Coach J3 Trio from Springfield, Kentucky, he lives in, I think, Seattle, Washington now. He came over here last year for 4 months. He went to 7 countries. And he said, Calvin, you're not going to believe it. He said, you can eat off of $5 a day in Vietnam. He said, I know you think I'm lying. He said, but I'm not lying. He says breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And TJ said the same thing. Well, see, that's my type of place. Yeah, he said the 10 Philippines have been destroyed since they were 18. You want the 6 to 8s for family values. Yeah, and some 6 to 8s over here, they think they're 10s, because when the whole world tells you that you're beautiful, you start believing it. And that's the worst thing you want. You know, we're going to westernize them enough, but you don't want a woman that's just so westernized that you might as well be dealing with a Western woman. You know, I love the disposition of women over here. That's what made me fall in love with them. You know, they have such a sunny disposition, even when they're not supposed to be. They're always trying to lift you up, and you're coming from a place of prosperity to them, and we're always down. He said that's so oppressive that we still have to pay taxes even when we are in third. I just found that out doing my research. Yeah, but you know, you get tax breaks, okay? The only reason I really pay taxes is self-employment tax, because I'm a 1099. But they give you a hell of a break. If you got a regular, you know, like some of those guys who U.S. contractors, I work for U.S. contractors, they don't work. If you're out of the country for at least 330 of the 365 days, you get a tax break up to, I think it was like 112,000 last year. I haven't checked this year, because I always get an extension, because I'm always waiting for my 1099s from these different insurance companies, because you know they mail them to my address over there and they get lost. But you get a hell of a tax breaks for living overseas. He said, yeah. But I'm just saying, nobody cares about that stuff anymore. He said it's a cheap vacation for them. What are you talking about? Oh, yeah, going to Thailand, you mean? But, you know, I don't sit around arguing with people and debating which place is the best. We still on planet Earth. Remember, I come from a place where you can have it all. That's what the mindset I've got. People are like, oh, you can't have it all. Yes, you can. He said, them girls are studying the game, Cal. They're really not. They just really seeing how gullible a lot of us are. You see what the guy said? A lot of us come over here with low self-esteem. Somebody is already has taught them the game. That's why they're on the dating site. They just don't wake up and say, oh, I'm going to get on the dating site. No, they're pointed toward that dating site. Unlike us, we do wake up one day and say, oh, I'm going to get on the dating site. I'm tired of these women over here. They don't do that. So, yeah, they don't study the game. Somebody's teaching them already. They're teachable. We're not. You got channels like Man and many others. We try to put game down. Y'all don't want it. I say, oh, I can handle these women over here. I can handle them in America, Europe, or wherever. That's nothing, a piece of cake. Okay. But we come over here, we're so gullible. They see what the next door neighbor, what he's doing for his Filipino wife or girlfriend. And she says, I want some of that. You don't have to do too much studying, Tim, to put 2 and 2 together. Like, you know, hey, you know, I'm going to give this away to somebody anyway. I might as well give it away and have a better life and everything like that, which is nothing, there's nothing wrong with that. He said, Cal, you know why those women there? What are you talking about? Only the pale Filipinos think they are 10. The brown goddesses don't think that way. Yeah, it doesn't matter. If she's got a big head like that, I don't want nothing to do with her. And that's one of the characteristics that Western men love about Filipino women. They're very humble. I mean, they're very humble. If you meet a woman over here and she's not humble, that's a big red flag. They're humble. And that's what, that's what you're not. I wasn't used to that. If you meet a woman, a good looking woman in America, man, you can't even speak to her. Or you better not speak to her. It's just going to give her a reason to put you down or ignore you or something like that, right? Over here, they don't even think they're beautiful. He said, blonde. Well, I got some 3Bs over here. He said, blonde, boobs, and beard going to get you. Booty, bombshells, and beaches over here is the three that I tell guys when they come over here. It's all they worry about. This is what gets them in trouble. They want to party all the time. It gets expensive, man. Them damn red horses start adding up. He said, 61, how many years you been slaying Asians? Well, I don't want to say it like that. I've been over here since 2009 on and off. But, I just like Filipino women. They're my preference. Everybody has their preference. But ever since I started coming over here, I haven't dealt with any other women. Well, let me take that back. I did have a Cuban girlfriend, when I went back in 2012. But she sort of almost like fell into my lap. Now, that's a whole other story. That they can cook and all of that. And you talk about being appreciative and all that, man, they are. Imagine coming from a place like Cuba, even though she had married a Belgian guy. I think he was Belgian. I'm almost sure he was Belgian. He was Sweden or something. He's over there. Because, see, they can go there like it's nothing. We're the only ones, Americans, who can't go on vacation in Cuba. And he married her. And he set her up well before he died. Built a house and everything. Okay. But she wanted to come to America, of course. So she went to Spain. Lived there for several years with her youngest daughter. And then they flew to Mexico, walked across the border, knew they were going to get caught. But remember, they're Cuban. They're automatically given refugee status. I don't know if it's like that anymore. And she's still in America now. But yeah, I've been coming here since 2000. Now, I mean, it's just the way that they treat you, the whole culture, the whole thing, versus what I'm used to being treated. I'm like, man, I'm not going anywhere else. Where I need to go anywhere else? So when you get into these arguments about what's better, who's better, and all that, it's all relative, man, to your experience and your preferences and all of that. I mean, I've just never been treated as well by women as I've been treated over here. I've never met women who were so cooperative, man. Almost to the point of being submissive, even though they're not. It's just fun, man. It's just a new experience, man. It's like a breath of fresh air. Yeah, you mean I don't have to fight and argue and beg? See, that's one thing I hated was begging over in America. By the time she finally agrees, you're like, that's okay. I don't even want it. I'm not even in the mood anymore. But over here, you don't even have to ask them. Every day's your birthday. He says a bit of an exaggeration, I'd say. Of course, different folks will have a different experience. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's relative, though. But my birthday's every day over here, and it's been every day since I came here. I've never been to a place like this before. Now, I know there's some ulterior motives behind it, but so what? There's arterial moles everywhere you go, but it sure feels a lot better when it's coming from somebody younger, much more attractive than what you're used to dealing with, man. I can't even explain it. You have to come over here and experience it. That's why a lot of these armchair bros, plantation bros, no passport bros, they get down on people like me. They say, "Oh, you overhyping it?" No, I'm not. You need to come over here and see for yourself. Talk to the thousands and thousands of men and women who don't have YouTube channels. Okay, and tell you and let them tell you how much better their life is over here than it was from wherever they came from. I've got friends over here, man. They'll never go back home. They've got it so well. Yeah, but our women mostly want some type of security. That's really all it is. It's just the circumstances are different here. So if you're on a dating site or you talking to a Filipino woman, you're gonna hear words like responsible and dependable. They want that. Yeah, if I'm not wanted, I don't want it either. That's the thing. I want to be celebrated. I'm gonna go where I'm celebrated, not tolerated. And I'm certainly celebrated here. I can't speak for everybody else. I'm telling you, I've got as good as I've ever had it. Sometimes I got to pinch myself. Am I dreaming? Okay. I mean it, man. And it happened so fast, just like that. I've done more in 5 years than it take me forever in my whole life over in the West because of the circumstances over here. I was in a position where those circumstances could benefit. Look at their houses. They don't have any money and all that, man. You're not going to get anywhere over here. A lot of the people who are dealing with that, it's not their fault. They had nothing to do with that. Hey, Rick Hart, thanks for that super chat. He says, Calvin equals boots on the ground. Armchair bro is head in the clouds. Yeah, maybe toilet. Yeah, these are the guys that have all the answers. They're the ones telling you what women to deal with, how to treat the women over here. And I'm like, man, where are you? Oh, I'm in Florida. I'm in Houston, Texas. I'm in wherever, New York City. They're telling you how to treat women over here. They've never been over here before. I don't know where they're getting their information from. I said, it's not going to work over here. These women will follow you to the end of the earth, but they're not going to let you mistreat them. Remember, they'll cut your dick out, man. He said you needed 500,000 pesos to become a citizen. So where we're thinking about investing. What are you talking about? I don't understand. Now, unless you're talking about one of the visas where it costs, you have to put that 500,000 bond up. It's either 500,000 or a million, depending on if you have a pension or not. Of course, you have to be 50 and over. But that same pension you're talking about, that same visa, that SRV, you have to have a pension. I don't have a pension. They don't consider my insurance renewals as income over here. So if I were to get an SRV right now at 61 years old, I would have to put up 20,000. I have to put up $1 million pesos. But it's not investing. You got to put that money in a bank. Okay. And then it's a bond. So you won't be a ward of the state over here. You can't leave and you may owe somebody or whatever it is. But you get that money back. It's not like in Thailand and other places where you actually buy the visa. Philippines has the most liberal immigration I've ever seen. You see where they talking about Brazil? Have they changed that yet? Where you have to have a certain amount of money in the bank, and have to be in there for a certain amount of time before you can visit Brazil and all of that. Man, come on. They don't do that over here. They want you over here. You're welcome here. When I started coming over here in 2009, You could only stay here 18 months. Then you had to take a visa run. What did they do? They doubled it. It's 36 months now. That's crazy when you think about it. I mean, that's really, really crazy. Yeah, he said, I got all that money back. Yeah, they give you, okay, it's a form, I want to say 2257. Somebody, Sam Champion put me up on it because I didn't know it. He said, Cal, you know, don't you know that you get, because I was paying some serious taxes my first couple of years, especially when I got my YouTube channel monetized. And he was like, Cal, don't you know that by you living overseas, you get a tax break, and it's form 2257 or something. But you have to make sure you fill out that form, and it gives you up to like 112,000. You don't have to pay federal taxes on. So for the last 3 years, I've shown zero income, but I still have taxes because I have to pay Social Security, you know, Medicare, self-employment taxes. I paid a little bit, about almost 7,000 last year, depending on how much you earn. No, that was year before. Last year I paid about 4,000 because I didn't earn as much. But yeah, you get a hell of a break. He said no to Spain. Yeah, but you remember she's coming from Cuba. She was smart too, though. See, that's what she knew. I just go to Cuba, Spain. She liked it. So she stayed there for about 10 years, you know, working, because there's no jobs in Cuba. I mean, she told me some stories about Cuba that they're not on the news. Remember in the 90s, the mid 90s, when Russia, they fell out with Russia. Russia's their only ally. And man, she said people were eating washcloths. It was bad. She said it was as bad as it's ever been. Coconut oil and all that was illegal. If they caught you with that, you'd go to jail. It was bad. She said the only reason they made it was because her mother worked for a charity and they cooked food every day, and that's how they ate. But she's talking about stuff that you don't get on the news. Steve Harper said, every morning I roll over, look at my lovely Asawa, and I think how lucky I am. It's like that, man. It's like that. If you got the right situation, which so many people do. Remember, I said it's like 3 or 4 things that happen, but most men over here are happy. Happy as we've ever been, but some of them end up broke. Some of us end up with children. A lot of us end up in trouble over here trying to deal with these young women, but most of us are happier than we've ever been, man. I can't explain it. You have to experience it, man. You have to experience it. When a woman will literally do everything for you, all you got to do is what you're supposed to be doing anyway. Paying the bills, you're the provider, protector, maintainer. I mean, across the board, it's like things I used to have to beg my wife for 3 and 4 hours. I'm sweating in the bed, begging. It's automatic here. There is no, begging and pleading. They feel like it's their obligation. They don't think that they're fulfilling their role if they don't do it. Especially if I'm talking about men who are over here with good intentions, who are putting it down, taking care of business. I'm not talking about slackers. I don't deal with slackers. I'm talking about the men who are doing the right thing by people over here. Not trying to disrespect them, not trying to take advantage and all that. You're getting treated like a king. Now, I don't know about living like a king. It just depends on how much money you got. Some guys are. I know a lot of us are being treated like a king. And I'll take that. Yeah, it's rough in Cuba, man. Even now. That just goes to show you the matrix, man, how crazy America is. Cuba's right at the doorstep. They're going to let the people suffer because of the politics. Most other countries have gotten rid of all them sanctions and stuff. And don't let it be a national emergency. Cuban doctors leave Cuba and go all around the world. Okay, they're on the front line. Okay, but the United States, we're so rotten and so ornery toward that place, mainly because it's about 85% black. That's why. Then we'll let little babies die in incubators over there because we got an embargo on them. Some crazy, stupid ass shit that's been going on since the 60s. Foolishness, man. But that's supposed to be a guide, you know. Don't let me start, okay, with that. Absolutely it did. When our money was good over there, when we were allowed to invest over in Cuba with all those casinos and nightclubs and resorts and all that other stuff we were doing, now they're making Cuba pay for it. They still paying for it. Hell, the leader's been dead for years. Fidel Castro. He's been dead for years. Okay, when I was dealing with this lady, she went to vacation. I'm going to tell you how crazy it is between America and Cuba. She went on vacation, you know, she's trying to sell that house over there. I don't know if she ever did or not. So she's over there, and she needed some money. So I sent her $150. They put me through hell to send $150 Western Union. I'm at Kroger filling out all these forms and taking pictures. I'm doing all kind of crazy stuff just to send this woman money because I think you have to be family only. Okay, so I had to lie and say, you know, that we married and try it, man, if you think I'm playing. I had no idea. But yeah, you can only family can send money over there. And it's all kind of stipulations. I'm like, man, when is this going to stop? Cuba ain't done nothing to us, man. But yet, if they survive that harrowing boat ride over here, they can stay. We'll take care of you. Crazy. Hey, Stephen McBride, thanks for that super chat. He said, no people in chat answered, but if you have $2 million in liquid assets, 1,100 pension, there's about 4,000 USD without touching principal. Can you say you could live a normal life, decent home, etc.? Absolutely. Where, in the Philippines? Hell, you could live. Oh, yeah, okay. You could live anywhere with that kind of income, man. Certainly here. But what most of us do, Steve, is we downgrade when we come to the Philippines. You need far less of that garbage that you had in America, all that stuff over there. You need far less. My house is 58 square meters. You wouldn't believe it. It's so big, though, for us. And then my guest house is 15 square meters. Why would I build anything any bigger than that? Unless I'm trying to show out and compete with somebody. You know, you just don't need it. But if my house is only 58 square meters, anybody been in here, Angelo, RB, asked them, they'll tell you, man, it's a nice house. It's all that we need. We don't need all that big stuff. Even when I was in America, we had a 3,700 square foot house. I spent most of my time in my bedroom like I do here. When it's time to eat, I went out to eat. But yeah, you can live like a king and get treated like a king with that kind of money over here. Because remember, according to the Philippine Statistic Authority, if you earn $3,808 US per month, you're considered rich here. Rich, not, you know, middle class, well-to-do. You're rich. That's a lot of money over here. I mean, that's really a lot of money. A tremendous amount. Hey, Blizzard Abroad, thanks for that super chat. He's got a decent channel, guys. It's fairly new. He's back and forth, but he comes up with some good topics, man. Give this guy some support. He said, Calvin said, if you want to know what it's like in the Philippines, book a flight and come and see for yourself. Only so many questions you can ask. That's right. This is why I don't go back and forth with people, Blizzard Abroad. You know, when they try to tell me I'm lying or I'm hyping it up, I'm like, look, man, just come over here and you'll see that I'm not. There's so many more people who don't have YouTube channels that do. That can tell you the same thing I'm telling you. They just don't have a YouTube channel. So when you see just an average looking black man, 5'8", about 200 pounds, no college degree, okay, American standards say, oh, I'm nothing. But I'm not in America. I'm in the Philippines. Okay, my value skyrockets far beyond anything that I could accomplish over there. And that's what I was telling you. I've accomplished things here in the last 5 years that I've never done at home. I can never do. Okay, because there's always that ceiling there. There's always somebody that you have to answer to in America for the house loan. I need a business loan. I need permission to do this. And you don't need that over here. All you need is money, really. Okay? You can finance your own business over here. The cost of living is so low. I built 2 houses over here that are fully paid for, man. And I didn't go broke. I mean, there's no mortgage, there's no nothing. That's what I'm saying, man. If you want that kind of life, or you can just come over here and rent. You know. But I'll be damned if I'm just going to come over here and just sit around. I'm going to do something. I want to accomplish something. You got this great opportunity now. You're living in a place where they give you a brand new script. And they say, here, you write the script. What do you want, Sunshine Shows, out of your life for the rest of your 4th quarter? Just go and write it down, what you're going to do. Okay, you don't get that many opportunities, man. What are you going to do with all that money that you're going to save? Are you just going to spend it? Are you going to pay off your bills at home so you can be debt-free? The Philippines gives you the opportunity to a long time. What's up, Moments with Mitch? But he's right. Just come on over here. He said there's no better education than the one you get from traveling there or anywhere. Go read the book, Wake Up and Live. And that's what Dorothea Brand told you. She wrote this during the Depression. She said, if you live in the city, go to the country. If you live in the country, go to the city. Break up these damn routines we used to live in under. She said, wake up and live. Go to a restaurant that you never thought of visiting. That's what made me start eating Indian food. I heard so much bad stuff about it, but let me try it, man. Now I love Indian food. She said, act as if it were impossible to fail. What would you do if you knew whatever you tried, you were going to be successful? Then have that state of mind, man. You know, you can do it, man. This man is a bad boy. We don't use it, though. We use it for the simple stuff, man. Wearing, most of the time, is what we use with it. Well, wonder what we're going to eat, sleep, and sex. Like a damn dog in the street. When you really do have a magnificent tool over here. A genie is what Agmendino called it. That's what it is. You know, you got, remember the genie, Aladdin? He found that genie in a bottle. You got a genie. It's your subconscious mind. Give it the instructions, man. It's going to find the best way to get there. But we don't give it instructions. Simple stuff. Most of us don't even use our subconscious mind. The reason I'm sitting here now is because I learned it and I started living it. I started using my subconscious mind. I just speak it into the universe, guys. It'll come back, no matter what it is, but be careful. Even the bad stuff is going to come back. I told Marilyn, Esther, she's in there cutting up, I think, what is she cutting up? Pineapples or something. When Booby was born, Booby was 1 month old. I said, by the time Booby gets 1 year old, I'm going to build us a house. She did not believe me. I did not have the money. My channel wasn't even monetized. But I meant it with everything in me. I know the power of the man. I said, I need a hollow block so I can let universal law know that I'm telling the truth. Well, hell, 14 months later, what, 2? So what, it came 2 months later. the damn house was built. Y'all gonna believe in the ether and all that stuff by the time you get through listening to me, because it's real. But when you hear somebody talking about you, this guy's crazy. Yeah. You can bring something out of nothing. I've done it so many times. Yeah, he said, Steve McBride, the country of the Philippines, says you're rich. Yeah, with 2 million, hell, you're rich in America. But certainly here. Yeah, but Obama didn't go far enough. Obama could have done it, man. These presidents are figureheads, Frank. We know that. There ain't nothing Obama. We don't have a dictatorship. There ain't nothing he can do by himself. Okay? I'm saying America is treating Cuba that way, certainly because it's a black country. America just has this thing with black people, man. They need to let it go, really. It's never going to reach its greatest potential. You holding on to that antiquated bullshit, man. Let that stuff go. Hey, Robert, he said, no bags under your eyes. You're looking great. You look like a new man. It's coming, man. I feel like a new man. I'm hyped up, man. I ain't had no coffee. This is just a real me now. There's no old chemicals all working in my body. Y'all seeing the real Calvin now. He said, I guess what era would a newbie need to go? Well, you need some breaking in the Philippines. Okay, you don't try to go to the province. Don't come to San Carlos City. You need to go to Angeles City, Manila, Cebu, Dumaguete, Davao. You need to go to Expat Alley, Iloilo, Bacolod City, Cagayan de Oro, even Butuan, General Santos, any of them cities, and get your feet wet. Don't jump over here trying to, live that province life, or you're going to find yourself back home. Work yourself in slowly over here. Angelo, it was Angelo Mac Habib. That's Angelo O Habib. He said, I think most of us here may be living on a physician salary, if I'm not mistaken. Hell, more than that. I mean, the guys that I know, they're rich. I mean, they're way over 3,800, man. I mean, that's a lot of money in a peso economy, okay? When you look at the minimum wage here in San Carlos City is about 400 pesos a day. Okay, think about that. So you work, just say 6 days, that's 2,400 pesos a week. Times 4, what would that be? 9,600 paid, not even 10,000. And that's a pretty good job. Most people are getting paid under the table. So now you come over here with that 3808, which is something like, let me do my math, something like 192,000 pesos per month. Man, you're rich. Yeah, he says all those videos and questions don't mean anything until you get hit with the wall of heat and humidity. You have to just fly and experience it. This is exactly right, okay? When the Philippines opened up, people were like, now you vloggers, y'all gonna go out of business, right? Nobody's gonna need you anymore because it's opened up. I said, no, they're gonna need us even more now. Okay, because they're really coming over here now. Now the questions are really gonna start coming. The help is really gonna be needed. Okay, and this is one thing I want to remind you. Most of the people who are watching my channel will never, ever come to the Philippines. They're the ones who keep this engine running. The armchair bros, the no passport bros, the plantation bros, and just well-meaning people who, for what reason or the other, have responsibilities that keep them on the hamster wheel, keep them in the matrix. I would say, let's see, if I got 56,000 subscribers, I would say of my subscribers, I would say maybe, I would say 1 out of 10. No, less than that. Less than that. I would say 1,000. Just say 1,000. And that's being generous. Have come here. People that watch my channel out of 56,000. Most people never make it. Hey, thank you, Thomas. He said, just sub Blizzard abroad. Yeah, you know, you need as many perspectives that you can get when you come to a place like this. Because, man, you may not relate to. A lot of people relate to me because I'm real. I tell you my true story. I lay it out there. You know, I was a drug addict. I was an alcoholic. I didn't start out like that. I was an A student, most likely to succeed. I was an athlete. I've always had great jobs, but I started meddling with cocaine, man, and drinking, and caught up with me. And I went down that rabbit hole. Okay, and when you tell people that, they either have experienced it or they know somebody who has. And they also have either experienced or know somebody who has recovered. Okay, so people might think, oh, this guy, you know, he talks a lot of universal law. He talks too much success and all this other stuff. It don't mean a lot to me. It sounds crazy. And it's the same way with me. It sounded crazy with me. But I had nothing to lose by trying and everything to gain if I was successful. So I tried and it worked. You know, my wife used to be so mad at me when I first started buying these books because we were living in the projects. Okay, I just stopped drinking. You know, I got in, a guy in, I was doing a seminar how to write a business plan. He said, hey, if nothing else, you know, if you don't hear nothing else I say, he said, go out and get the book Think and Grow Rich. It changed my life. Well, I did. Well, anyway, you know, I get my other books. They're referenced in other books. Well, I ended up getting the wrong Think and Grow Rich. I ended up getting the Think and Grow Rich, A Black Choice by Dennis Kimbrough. And so many other books came from that. And I used to order them. And she's like, we don't have no money. She said, them damn books, UPS is here, them damn books. They don't work anyway. I don't know why you're wasting your money. She's telling the truth. They won't work if you don't apply the principles inside the damn books. Okay? But as our life got better and better and better in a real quick time, okay, you're talking about from 2000, we were living in a project. 2004, we had a 3,700 square foot house in the neighborhood that she always dreamed of living. That was quick. So when the UPS truck used to show up, she would run out there to the truck and get my books for me. Honey, here's your books. Okay? That's where I come from. So I'll be telling other people, you have a magnificent man up here, use it. Okay, it's going to waste. Project X, we're working. Said, Cal, do you think you can live like a king with like 7,000 a month? Well, if they consider you to be rich at 3,800 per month, Project Woodworking, you're rich over here. Now, how much of that 7,000 is free and clear? You still got debt. You're still paying bills in your country. Because obviously, you know, you're going to live damn good over here. I live damn good. I don't make anywhere near that. Probably about half of that. When you combine my renewals and my YouTube. And we don't want for nothing, man, you know. But we live a simple life. If you're going to come over here and skirt chase and drink every night and go to Boracay and Palawan every week, I don't know if 7,000 is going to be enough. But if you come over here and get settled somewhere in one of these cities and just live a normal lifestyle, bring your hobbies with you, okay, act like a decent human being, man, you're going to not only live like a king, somebody's going to treat you like a king with that kind of money. Hey, thank you, Robert. He said stay off the sugar train. It's getting better and better, guys, but I want to thank y'all so much for your time today, number one. for your super chats, your super stickers, all your thumbs up, all your support for Sunshine Shows. I don't take that stuff for granted. This channel belongs to y'all. So anytime you see one of these YouTubers on here with their head up in the damn cloud, remind them, if we don't watch your damn channel, you nut, you wouldn't be nothing. You know, there's people who won't even acknowledge you. You see them somewhere, hey, aren't you such and such? I don't speak to strangers. You know, they've gotten so big. I never forget that because I know what it's all about. Y'all can cut me off just as quick as y'all cut me on. But thank y'all so much, man. So take care, stay safe, stay out of trouble. I'll see y'all next time. Don't do anything stupid. And that little rant I went on today, man, you know, I just had to get that off my chest. You know, a lot of us are in lesbian relationships, man. We're acting like women, man. It's time to be men again. The real definition of a man, the provider, the protector, the maintainer. Not the gossiper. It doesn't say the gossiper and the backbiter and all these old petty beefs and all that stuff like that. You know, somebody should go to jail for kicking P. Diddy's ass. But they're not. Because we're not real men anymore. Okay, we'd rather just sit around and talk about it.